Hey y'all, what's up? It's D's Q Backyard Barbecue. Today we are going to discuss something kind of necessary. It's the spring cleaning, it's the upkeep, it is the restoration of our smokers, our grills, our cooking instruments. Let me turn the camera around. Hang on. Every time I go to hit start, they grind up a tree in the background. My neighbor is getting rid of a tree in his front yard, so bear with me, y'all, with the noise. But today we're going to talk about the importance and the steps on how I do what I consider a thorough or semi-thorough cleaning. I will be demonstrating on Big Mama back there, but you know, it applies to any and all smokers. We're going to touch on rust a little bit. The reason why we're attacking, you'll see a part of it, the reason why we attack it the way that we do is to prevent surface rust from spreading. Surface rust is kind of the stuff that you will see if you were to, sorry y'all, there's no better time to do this video than right now for me, and they just so happen to be cutting down the tree, so bear with me. But surface rust is one of those things where, you know, you'll see like a little nick or scratch or something like that on your paint job on your car or something, and it turns a little orange. Easily, you can easily get rid of it, but if you don't and you let it sit there and grow, I guess, spread, you'll start to see a little bubble in the paint, and then after the bubble you'll start to see flaking. After the flaking you'll see a full out hole. So these little steps and tips that I'm going to tell you guys will help to prolong your cooker. I mean, this is inevitable. This is inevitable. You're going to get there at some point. But every time you throw some fire into this bad boy, anytime you really heat these things up, the metal, it expands and it weakens a little. So little by little with every cook. So the main thing that you want to do is make sure that you're taking care of it so you don't speed things along. So basically, keep it covered if you can. Once you're done with your cook, take your ashes out because they hold moisture, and that moisture will cause rust. Obviously, if possible, lay something over top. I always cooked over top of foil or something else. It's what I put my wood splits on top of before I cook. This thing has endured many cooks, y'all. Many cooks. I haven't cooked on it in over a year. And it didn't look like this. This happened when I was trying to move it, but it's going to get like this eventually, but you don't have to help it. So sit back, sit tight. We're going to walk you through it step by step. Because this can be a very lengthy process, what I did is when the actual video starts, I had pre-recorded this. Went through the steps that I was going to take in order to achieve what I was looking for. And then after I get done rambling, it's about 9 minutes, y'all. I have pictures so that I can kind of speed things along, so you guys don't have to sit through an entire video of me demonstrating everything. There's pictures that will help you see what I'm talking about, and I hope you like it. Give you a little teaser. So we got a couple new toys. Hang on, I'm about to walk over to them. Hang on. So we're going to talk about, I got a video coming up. We're going to talk about the Masterbuilt Gravity Series, and we're going to talk about the Oklahoma Joe Bronco Pro. But next video I do will kind of showcase this little attachment, because I'm going to rotisserie a brisket tomorrow, actually, on the Weber Smoky Mountain, and I'm probably going to use this as an opportunity to tell you guys about the meat thermometer. So bear with me. 3 little teaser videos that are going to come up in the future, but for right now, sit back, check out how I clean out my smokers, and we'll get it going. It's the intro. D's cute, it's the intro. It's time to eat, it's the intro. D's cute, it's the intro. What time is it?
It's time to eat! Daddy, maybe you should stick to cooking.
Alright, let's go eat. Hey there, my backyard barbecuers, my backhewers, coined it, using that. Today, as most of you know, we got Big Mama out here. I haven't showcased her recently, and there's no particular reason for that. But she is overdue for some maintenance, just kind of like what you would do with a car. Some of this maintenance should have been done last fall, and those of you who keep a trailer outside, who don't have it in a garage or someplace, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you don't necessarily have to have a trailer to apply these concepts or really fully understand what I mean. And so we'll get to that. The reason why I didn't do some of this last year, really just to paint, is because I planned on doing a really high temperature cardboard burn, and I did several of them through the late fall, early winter, and I didn't want to destroy any hard work that I would have already been putting towards this. Hang on, y'all, my son's calling. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. Love that little man. But we're gonna strip this thing down. I did inflate the tires before the winter so that I didn't come out here and discover some rim riding dirt tires, basically. Anytime during the winter or what have you. As you can see, I did do the burn, and I totally abused the grill side of my trailer. You can tell the difference here, where the temperatures just really got super high, so high that they damaged the thermometer on the outside of the cooker. But basically anything that gets really high heat is going to suffer the most, and you'll see what I mean. Just a firebox. Obviously this is where the fuel source comes from for the smoker. I did this, if you guys couldn't see that. You can see where the heat travels, and where it's consistently hot. This is reverse flow, so it goes down and up through there. By the time it gets through there, it's kind of cooled a little bit, but right here towards the chimney where it escapes, you see, that's going to be a hot spot inside of my grill, well, inside of my smoker. You can tell where a lot of the heat gathers before it exits the chimney. So if you don't know where your hot spots are in your cooker after you cook on it, for a good year or so, you'll start to see a pattern when it comes to the paint. That will give you a good indicator. I'm not really great at greasing down hinges, so I'm not going to mess with that part. But what I am going to do, as you can see, rust everywhere, is we're going to get some things clean. I try to keep my grates clean. I clean as I go. I do give them really intense cleanings periodically, but I like to keep them clean as I go. I like to keep the if you can look at the top of the firebox down there, I like to keep things clean. I don't like to let things accumulate, so it's not going to be that bad. I said this in one of my other videos: take the ash out as soon as they cool, or as soon as you can after they cool, because it will rust and create holes, and something that you don't want to deal with. You'll be replacing a firebox a lot sooner than what you need to. But these are the tools, or some of them, that we'll be using. I'm not going to have to pull out the shop vac because I already pulled the ash out of these things for the most part. But what we're going to start off doing is, I put a wire brush inside of my my drill here, and basically I did a little piece right here. We're going to put it on a higher setting, and we're going to do that all around where the rust spots are starting to sink in, and then we're going to take a terry cloth and wipe that down. And once we have it kind of smooth, no chips or anything like that, and with rust, we're going to come behind it with the high temperature grill paint. I'm not promoting any particular kind. This is just the kind that I got from Lowe's maybe a year or two ago, and it's what I have left over for right now. This is only going to be enough for kind of one coat, and it may not even do everything that I needed to do, but I wanted to get the process started. This was on sale at the time. I'm huge on saving money, so if you can find it on sale, do it. I'm going to hit that, and then we'll come back. I'll show you the progress on what it looks like, and then we'll explain the next steps. Next steps are going to be using the big Sparta, big brush, to clean my grates on the inside of the cooker. I'm going to be scrubbing them down. I'm going to get the flamethrower, and we're going to heat up the grates in the inside. We're going to come behind it again. These are really stiff bristles. We're going to come behind it again, scrub some more. And if there are any really small details that we need to get to, we'll do that. We're going to lift out. We're going to lift out the baffle plate, and I did this last year, so it shouldn't really be too bad. You can use something big like this, or you can use a paint, a spatula, or anything that you have in the house. But I like to go down there periodically, scrape that stuff up. It kind of helps keep flare-ups down. Like if a spark gets in there for whatever reason, you don't want a huge fire coming in there because you have huge deposits of grease. Once I open this thing up, I only have one hand right now, so I'm not really going to do too much. Here, I hate saying that. I'm going to knock some of this stuff off. And there she blows. Timber. Sorry, y'all. I can't imagine what that sounded like in the mic. I apologize. But I'm going to knock off some of the excess soot off the walls. Not scraping that stuff down because, that's seasoning. It's flavor. It smells really good when you start the barbecue up. You can see the water escaping out of here. That kind of built up in here. And obviously, we're going to get rid of these water pans and start anew. That's the baffle plate down there that will be. And as you can see, there's water down there. So I'm going to take you through a step-by-step on this bad boy. And I'm going to even replace the umbrella. So let's talk about it. After I scrub a couple times and heat up with the blowtorch, I'm going to come through with the high water temp, blast this thing out, blast my grates out, get them back in there, start the fire, have this thing heat up completely. And we're going to get some steam up in this bad boy. That steam is the last good piece. And mind you, and after all of that's all said and done, we're going to oil these grates back out and just re-season everything on the inside. I know that it's not icky because I clean, like I said, I clean as I go. But if I like to start off with this, but if need be, I don't hesitate to go and get chemicals like Goo Gone and stuff like that. Not Goo Gone, but the grill cleaning grate stuff, the orange stuff and all that good stuff that you find at Lowe's. And I will apply it. I'm not ashamed to do that. But that's what we're doing right now. So I'm gonna just come back, check in periodically since I've already talked for 10 minutes, and let you guys see some progress and just give quick, very, very quick examples on what I'm doing. All right, guys.